Okay, we're recording. Okay, so we're going to start talking about the art of conversation. So that's pretty much our job, right? Is to have conversations with people and build new relationships and find out the best way we can serve them with our programs and products and groups. So to get started, I want you guys to think about having active listening skills. So if you did your homework for the call tonight, you were supposed to look at Lindsay Gray's presentation from Coach Camp and look through the slides and write down any questions you have and write down like any challenges you're going through right now. So I'm going to refer to slide 1, active listening skills and the top tips. So our job is to talk to people. Our job is to listen more than we're talking, actually. Yes, we're sharing information, and yes, we're sharing a solution to their goal or their struggle, but we also want to make sure that we're always listening to them. So I really want you guys to refer to slide 1 and review it, because there's some really great tips in there for verbiage to use that really allows them to feel like they can answer you and talk to you. So I just want you to remember that when you're going through this process, it's so important to listen to everything people are telling you. And some of this verbiage that she shared here is great, because this is going to give you that little segue into what you really want to ask them without it feeling awkward. So please review that slide. But as we start here with the invite, I want you guys to remember that you're always listening to them first and thinking before you type or talk. So you're always going to listen to what they told you before you share your own share what you are hoping that you can help them with. So, and what we know we can help them with. So the first part is the invite. We're always going to start with the invite, right? On those rare occasions, you're going to get those people that reach out to you from your call to action posts or from your transformation post and want to know what you're doing and how you're doing it. That's great and excellent and wonderful. And that opens the door for you just to start talking to them and asking them what their goals are if they haven't already shared them. But most of the time, we are going to other people and asking them to join us. So the first thing is the invite. What are you inviting to? And how are you saying it? So you can be super short, sweet, and simple. So you're either inviting them to do a fitness program with you, you're inviting them to do this nutrition program with you that's changed your life, or you're inviting them to your wellness group or your fitness accountability group, and it's so amazing. Those are the things you're inviting to. Or if you're inviting to a free group, always know what you're inviting to and what to call it. So lots of times invites go super simple for me. I reach out to people who have watched my stories, commented on my posts, and responded to my posts with some sort of, like, heart, laugh, whatever it might be. So I reach out and I say, hey there, Maggie, thank you so much for the love on my post last night. I really appreciate it. Hey, I'm not sure if you'd be interested, but I just started this brand new 30-minute fitness program, and it has been so much fun, and I'm absolutely loving the results. Would you want to jump in with me? ? Done. It's a paragraph long, not even, and you have thanked them, connected with them, and you've asked them to join you. So right now I'm still inviting to MM100 because I really love it. And I always think it's going to be longer than it is. And then I feel like the workouts are just done so quick. I love it. So anyway, I'm inviting to MM100, or if it's somebody that I'm not sure of their age, and this really shouldn't have any bearing, but sometimes I let it affect it a little bit. Like if I think it's somebody who's maybe not my age, maybe they're a little more mature than me, I might invite them to my wellness accountability group. And that's the verbiage I use. Just because I think then that kind of opens the door to talk about nutrition. If they're like, oh, I'm not quite sure if I can, work out yet. I've been having a couple conversations with people recently that have some injuries, or they're so overweight right now that they can't work out comfortably. So they really want to work on their nutrition first before they jump in with workouts. So that's a good way to invite. So if you have someone on your mind, if you have someone from your list of 100 and you want to reach out to them, I would just encourage you to say, hey there, I was thinking about you today. I really wanted to ask you because I would absolutely love to have you. Would you want to do this fitness program with me? Or would you want to join my accountability group? All you have to do is tell them you were thinking about them and that you'd love to have their positivity in the group, or you'd love to have their spunkiness, or whatever it is that you like about that person. Think about what it is that made you write their name down in the first place. And then you're turning that into a compliment too, because you're saying, hey, I think you're really great and I would love to have you in my group. Would you want to do this program with me? So you don't always have to have somebody that's watching your stuff or liking your stuff or whatever it might be. And I don't mean stuff, I mean our posts and our stories. Because that's so important that we're continuously sharing and just being on people's radars and showing them what it is we do. So that is the invite. That's how I invite. That's what I say. That's what I invite to. That's the verbiage I use. Does anybody else have anything to add? Like, Carrie, do you have anything to add as far as verbiage that you like to use? Or anything like that before I go on? Carrie is frozen, so I wonder if I'm frozen. Am I good, you guys? You're gonna have to chat it. Okay, I'm just gonna go on because I have no idea what my computer's doing. So the next part of the conversation is whether they're like, yes, I would love more information, or no. Like sometimes we get those no's and that's okay. Honestly, we have to work through a lot of those no's and we can still love those people and we can still offer to help those people, but maybe it's not right now. Okay, so if somebody tells you no, then that just means you're putting them on your list for later down the road. If they keep watching your stuff, if they keep commenting on your stuff, then maybe a couple months down the road, you can ask them if it's a better time to jump in. If somebody gives you a straight up, like, don't talk to me, like I appreciate it, then yes, like you're going to be respectful of those people. But if somebody tells you no, it just means not right now. So sorry guys, I just lost my, okay, so that's that. When you get on to them saying like, yeah, that sounds great, tell me more, this is like the meat of the conversation. This is when you're going to address any questions that they have, and then you're going to ask them, okay, to serve you better, or to get to know how I can help you a little bit more, could I ask you, what would your goals be for this group? Or what are your fitness goals? What are your wellness goals? Okay, because it's so important for us to know how to help them. And we don't know how to help them unless we ask questions. So here I want you to refer to slide 4 of Lindsay's. So you can like jot down these slides if you want. So slide 4 of Lindsay's presentation gives you a list of like 18 plus questions that you can ask people to get to know what their goals are, to push them to share more with you. That's a great resource right there. So look at slide 4. Me personally, I ask them what their goals are for their fitness or whatever it is I invited them to. Hey, what are your goals for this group? Like, what would your goals be if you join this group? And they share with me what they are. So that's when you're really going to listen close, guys. And we're going to educate them about the options that we have. But we're going to do it simply. I know it's really tempting to just tell them everything, right? We want to tell them everything. We have all the answers because we do, because we've had these amazing life-changing results and we want to share that with them and we want them just to jump in with us. But it's really important, and it's really hard to talk to you guys right now because my video is way lagging. So I feel so silly because I'm like 2 seconds behind on this video. But anyway, we want to share with them what we do, but we want to do it in a way that they're able to really digest it and see the possibilities for themselves. So, you find out what their goals are, and then you address them. You explain the options in the simplest way. You're just educating them. So this would be where I talk about, if they talk at all about their fitness, I'm going to talk about Beachbody On Demand. I'm going to talk about how there's over 67 programs and over 1,000 workouts for them to choose from. There's variety. There, I list sometimes. So I'll say, okay, well, like the group is centered over, this is exactly what I say when I type, okay? Because I say something a little different when I voice clip, but this is what I say when I type. I say, okay, awesome. I'm so excited to share a little bit more information with you. So our group is centered around the at-home workouts that I post about. We have all different types. And then I list a few different types, like whatever you guys like best list. You know, like we have dance-centered programs, we have cardio, we have weights, we have yoga and Pilates, like we have so many. Just keep it short and sweet there so you're not writing 10 sentences about what kind of programs we offer. And I'm going to copy and paste what I share with people via text form into the files. So you guys will have that to make your own as well. But this is where I share about BOD and I share about the value of BOD. Now, if they are more into nutrition, then I'm going to talk about 2B mindset, or I'm going to talk about the ultimate portion fix. So if someone comes at you and they're more focused on their nutrition, I would dive deeper and ask more questions before I suggest any program. I would ask them, what are their struggles with their nutrition? Do they struggle with emotional eating? Do they struggle with not just knowing what to do or how to do it? So dig deeper and ask them some questions about specifically what they struggle with their nutrition. And if they're more emotional eaters and they don't want to feel restricted or like they have a really strict list, then you're going to talk about to be mindset with them. If they are people that are like, I just need somebody to tell me what to do, how much to eat, I need a list, I need ideas, then you're going to suggest ultimate portion fix. These are just like really lax guidelines. You can share with them one program, and if they don't feel like that fits them, you can always share the other. And another thing I mention is when people are interested in their fitness and I'm sharing about BOD, I make sure I mention that this subscription is so simple. You actually access it through your computer or your smart device, anywhere you get internet. It's like Netflix for your workouts. It's so handy. My husband and I use it on vacation, and when we're out of town visiting family, it's been the best tool for us. I like to use the word tool a lot because I think that really shows people that they can use it. So that's definitely something I share with them when I'm talking about BOD. And then I mentioned, hey, with the workouts, we have nutrition plans for every single program. So they're simple. They're not restrictive. We don't cut out any food groups. That's kind of how I explain that. So when you're typing this out, keep it short and sweet, you guys. People, when they open a message and they see a huge 2 or 3 paragraphs, they're going to be like, whoa. And that's okay, because guess what? Like, raise your hand if you've done that. Like, we've all done it. If you've done it, don't feel bad. Don't feel like you've done something wrong. It just means that now we found a way that seems to help people digest the information a little bit easier. And that is by layering on the information as you ask them questions and they answer you. So don't ignore anything they're telling you. You know, if they're telling you they're struggling with their eating because they're an emotional eater and they're having a rough patch with their husband, you guys, they just opened up to you and told you something that maybe their friends don't even know, but for some reason they feel this connection with you. I can't tell you how many times people have told me things. How many of us, by the way, have found out about pregnancies way before anybody else? Because you've invited them and they're like, hang on a second. Like, there was one weekend that there were 3 pregnancies announced, and I was like, yep, I knew about those weeks ago. It was so funny. But you guys, they trust us because we are asking them to join us. Sorry, that was the dog's tail. Because we truly want to help them. And when it comes from your heart, they hear that through the message you're typing. So make sure you're listening to every little detail that they're saying and responding to it. You don't have to give them an answer for their problems with their husband or their family or their financial stress, but you can at least say, I'm so sorry you're going through that. That must be super stressful. Are you doing okay? I mean, it's okay to connect with these people. We're here to help them with more than just wellness and fitness. And it's really, truly amazing how sometimes God places people in your life for so many different reasons. So really pay attention to the active listening portion. Sorry, my phone keeps when you're going through this process. And don't be afraid to share third-party tools. So if somebody's super interested in BOD, I'm going to say, great, like you've explained it to them. You're going to say, great, can I send you a short video that shows you a little bit about how it works? Because that video is going to get them excited. Third-party tools, do not underestimate don't underestimate the power, because they definitely work. So you're going to go to YouTube and you're going to type in Beachbody On Demand promo. And you're going to make sure the person who posted it is from Beachbody, because we don't want to share another coach's video because they may have put their link at the end. So just make sure that you're typing promo after the end of whatever you're searching for. So if you're trying to find a program that's best for them, then you're going to type in 80-day obsession promo. You're going to type in Lift 4 promo, and you're going to make sure it came from Beachbody, and you're going to share it with them. So here's my tip if you're sharing a video. So you're talking to them, you figured out that Beachbody On Demand is perfect for them. Sometimes I don't even help them pick a program till after the sale, you guys. So this can really happen at any point in the conversation that you feel like it is appropriate to help them find a program. Sometimes that'll help their excitement and seeing really truly how much BOD can help them. So just use your judgment here. So what I do when I send a video is I send it and I say, okay, here's the video. I'm so excited for you to watch it. I'll follow up with you soon. But if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. That's how I leave it, because then I have set up my next appointment with that person. So then you're going to write them down in your book or on your tracker, on your tracker or in your phone. Like I just have my phone remind me a lot because that helps me the most. And you're going to remember to follow up with them. Which brings me back to tracking. You have to track. I've been tracking like a mad woman, and I'm still having people fall through the cracks because I'm sending lots of invites, you guys. I'm sending a lot of messages. So it's really important to use your tracker to follow up and make sure you're actually talking to the people that you've sent information to or you've sent messages to. And we'll talk about follow-ups later. So make sure you set up that next appointment, okay? You're going to make sure that you let them know that you're here if they have any questions, but that you will be contacting them again. So, and that goes for anything that you share with them that they want information for. So third-party tools, three-way conversations. Do not be afraid to put yourself in a three-way conversation with your upline. So say Carrie has a coach in her downline, and she's like, hey, I just shared all this information. I'm not really sure how to word everything. Will you help me? And Carrie says, yep, throw us in a three-way conversation. So you throw everybody in a three-way, and you're like, hey there. Hey, Sarah, this is my coach, Carrie. I thought we could all chat. Because she's been doing this for 3 years and, she has so much information and knowledge and whatever. Like you can say whatever you want to say. Like she's a great resource. So I thought we could all chat about this. So that's kind of how you introduce people to that. To that. And of course you ask them if you can put them in that message beforehand. Like, hey, my coach is an excellent resource. Do you mind if I put us all in a group chat and we can talk about this stuff? And people are mostly going to be like, yeah, that's fine. The more the merrier. So that three-way conversations are a great tool. And then what was the other one? Okay, so voice clips. So when I'm sending voice clips, I can share a lot of information in a little time. So somebody's responded to me that they're interested. My dog's behind me. There's not a ghost in my bed, I promise. So they've shared with me that they're interested. They're like, yeah, can you share some more information? This is how I say it. I say, hey there, I thought I would just send you this clip because it's just so much easier to chat this way. So I wanted to share a bit about the group. It's focused on the at-home workouts that I talk about on here, that I share about on here. We have all different kinds to choose from. So we have cardio, we have weights, we have dance centered, we have like mixed martial arts. We seriously have anything you can think of. It's amazing. We access it. It's like Netflix for your workouts. We access it through any smart device. And it's been like such a handy tool for my husband and myself. It's been amazing. So the group centered around that, we have an amazing group of women. Like seriously, we just lift each other up every day. We keep each other on track for our goals. And there is like the most amazing support in this group, you guys. Another thing we really focus on in this group is eating healthy. So clean eating, just cutting out the junk and focusing on whole foods, fruits and veggies, lean meats. We don't cut out any food groups. Like a lot of us that are working out, like we work out really hard and we need our healthy carbs to fuel our body. So I love that about these programs, that it's just a really well-rounded way to change your eating to healthy and maybe just tweaking a few things. So that's basically what the group is like. I would love for you to join us. Does this sound like something that would serve you well? That's what I say. That probably took 1 to 2 voice clips. I probably talked a little faster to you guys than I talk on a voice clip just for time's sake because we're on a call and I want to get through all my information. It's okay if it takes you 3 or 4 voice clips. Really just give yourself permission to find out the way to say it the best. But what you're doing is you're sharing about what the group's based on. So it's based on fitness, it's based on healthy nutrition, and it's based on support. So, and positivity. So just share those 2 things as simple as possible and ask them if it sounds like it would be something they would enjoy or if it would be something that would serve them well. However you want to end it, but please end it with a question that allows them to share more with you. So that's how I do the voice clips. And then as I respond to them, I'm sharing the same stuff we talked about how BOD works, about how the nutrition works. All of those things I'm sharing with them in little bits and pieces and continuing to make sure I'm going right back to what their goals are. So that brings me to my next point. If they talk about needing energy, if they talk about having issues with sugar cravings and junk food, if they talk about gut health or immunity health, like if they're like, I'm sick all the time or blah, 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 and I know eating better would help, this is an open door to bring up Shakeology. So to be honest with y'all, I don't bring up Shakeology until it's time to talk about the package choices. So a lot of times I really like hit it hard with the BOD and the nutrition and the support group. And then they're like, yeah, how much does it cost? Like, how do I do this? That's when I talk about how affordable and simple it is. So I'm like, look, you can get a subscription for as little as 27 cents a day. Our year-long subscription is $99, literally 27 cents a day. It's amazing because it's a ton of value for a little bit of investment. Sorry, I couldn't think of the word. So that's when I say, and you can even upgrade to a wellness package and try our superfood shake. So there's a lot of us women in the group that are drinking this superfood shake every day. I don't know if you've ever heard about it. It's called Shakeology. It's not like anything else out there on the market. It has been the biggest game changer for me. So it's not necessarily a meal replacement. It can be, but it's more about the nutrition and the vitamins, to be honest with you. So for myself, I've noticed that it's been huge for my gut health. I was struggling with some gut issues, and it really helped me get back on track. Sorry, my mind just went blank. I get a great energy boost from it. And it's like been huge for my sugar cravings because I could eat like a chocolate cake a day. And I literally say that to people. Like, I have such a sweet tooth, and this shake has been amazing helping me like fight off those sugar cravings. So it's really more about laying a great nutritional foundation, because even when we're eating spot on, we are still nutrient deficient. We're still lacking different nutrients and vitamins, and this shake really fills in those gaps. So you can actually upgrade to this wellness package and get the year of the on-demand with all of the fitness programs, with all of the nutrition information. We even have a cooking show and a blog, plus a 30-day supply of our superfood shake for $160. That's over half off of our superfood shake. So I always suggest this package to people because this is going to give you the most tools at your fingertips for the best price. That's how I say it to people in a voice clip. Like I said, I might slow it down. So throw in whatever Shakeology's done for you, okay? Throw in, like I like to mention when I'm talking to moms or even young women, not that I'm assuming that they're gonna have a baby, but I like to share that I was looking for something that I could use through my pregnancy for a prenatal and a postnatal. And I share with them that, you know, it was such a great tool during my pregnancy and postpartum. So that's something I share about too. So that's when I bring up Shakeology. But if they have mentioned anything about struggling with fatigue, they need energy, they need help with their sugar cravings, then I bring it up earlier. But I bring it up the same way. I'm like, hey, we have this superfood shake. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's called Shakeology. A ton of us in the group are using it, blah, 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 blah. You say, you can share about it, whatever you want to share about it. But the big take-home points you want people to hear from it is that it fills in the gaps with our nutrition, and it helps us with any nutrient deficiencies and what it's done for you. And mostly, like, the top things that people notice about Shakeology are energy, sugar cravings, immunity, and gut health. Those are the three things that people like rave about when it comes to Shakeology. Incidentally, those are the things that I notice too. So it's easy for me to share about it, especially the sugar cravings, because I'm not kidding you folks. I could eat a cake a day, and I'm not even exaggerating. So that's how I bring up, that's how I share, you guys. This process, the middle part, is like the meat of the conversation. Okay, and this part is where you just want to share with them how what you have can help them reach their goals. So we're going to move on to the close. So I've already explained this a little bit. So when you're talking about the close, you're talking about how are you going to bring up the fact that they have to buy something, right? So if they haven't asked about price yet, and by the way, if they ask about price at any point, I want to bring this up now. If they ask about price early on, or if they ask price about price at any point, please refer to slide 3 in the Art of Conversation file in our challenge group. Oh shoot, crap. So sorry, I almost upgraded. I didn't want to upgrade right now. So slide 3 just talks about how you share with them, like, okay, great. Like, normally the investment for this is anywhere from $70 to $220. But really, first, I need to know a little bit more information to help you. Could I ask you what your goals are, what you struggle with? That's when you share with them a little bit of a price range, but that you really need to know more information before you can even share anything with them, because it could be less or it could even be more, depending on what they would want to look into. So that's kind of where you're going to look if people ask about that early. And it's okay if they ask about that early, you guys, because honestly, all of these tips that I'm talking about, it's taken me half an hour to talk about them, but it happens fairly quickly within the conversation if you keep it moving. So You're going to explain the BOD option, like I said. You're going to explain to them how they can upgrade to a wellness package. Again, this is the same thing for any of the nutrition programs, except with the nutrition programs, you're going to highlight the fact that they never, ever have to renew. They have access to the nutrition programs always and forever. So that's something I make sure I share with them about the nutrition. But remember, if Shakeology is really not an option with them and you can't get them to see the value in it, which sometimes it's a not right now thing. There's a lot of people that have changed their mind for me down the road. You're going to share with them about the performance stack and how we have a plant-based pre-workout and how we have a couple choices for our post-workout and how it helps so much with your muscle soreness and how it helps your muscles rebound for your next workout. You're going to bring up Daily Sunshine and the fact that it has a whole serving of fruits and a whole serving of vegetables and healthy fats and probiotics. And I share with them that it keeps my boys in the bathroom regularly, because it does. Because we get some Daily Sunshine going on if we got some pooping problems in this house. So that's what I share with them. And then you guys, we're going to talk about this on another call because we don't have time tonight. But I do always present the coaching opportunity. If they're on board, if they're excited, they're ready to go for it, then present the opportunity to continue to get a discount and to make Shakeology part of their daily routine, to make performance part of their daily routine, to make Daily Sunshine part of their daily routine, and how you can help them do that for the best price and how it can even present some more opportunities for them. So we'll talk about that on a different call, but I do definitely make sure that I talk about that with people as well. So that's the whole process beginning to end. Now, of course, we have those people that read our messages and ignore us, or they just don't talk to us anymore after we've sent a few messages. So I always follow up, you guys, always, unless I have somehow had somebody slip through the crack. So if somebody's read my message and ignored it, I will say, hey there, I really hope I didn't make you feel uncomfortable at all with the invite to my group or with invite to my fitness program. I don't want to put any pressure on you, but I would absolutely love to have you. You've closed the conversation then. It's not awkward anymore. They're the ones who left it awkward, by the way, so don't ever feel bad. I just think, number one, people get busy. Number two, sometimes I don't think people know what to say. So it's really good that we present them with an opportunity to say, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I got busy, or, oh, I didn't think about it. Or I've been thinking about it. And what are you doing? So always follow up. If they're reading your messages and they still so if you followed up with them, you closed the conversation, but they're still watching your stories, they're still liking your posts and being interactive, then re-invite them down the road. Why not? Maybe it just wasn't the right time. So I always follow up with people, even if I'm in the middle of the conversation. Something I have started doing too is saying to them, I'm like, hey there, I see you're still watching my stories. Thanks so much. You must be pretty busy over there. LOL. I'm pretty busy here too, but I just wanted to follow up with you, or something like that, that kind of in a way lets them know hey, I see you ignoring me. And number two, presents an opportunity for them to be insert excuse for why they didn't get back to you, or legitimate reason. I'm not judging anyone, but at least it gives them the opportunity to be oh yeah, I meant to get back to you. So yeah, let's talk about this more. Or, it's really not a good time. Either way, you're moving these people through your funnel because we want to help people. But we also want to move on to the people that are going to let us help them. So it's okay to move on. Close the conversation, write their name down. I have a list in my tracker for the following month. When I put a name down that said no to me, unless it was a flat out, don't talk to me, no, I put their name down, and then when September rolls around, I reevaluate. Have they been watching my stuff? Do they have something, have I seen something crazy going on in their family or whatever? I don't stalk them, but at the same time, I do look to evaluate if maybe it's time to re-invite. And if not, then I put them on my list for the following month. So I always have a big chunk of people already written down on the first of every month to check in with, because I'm going to get no's. That's the bottom line. And that's okay, because you work through the no's to get to the people that want to build this business with you, that want you to help them with their fitness, their wellness. And that's the fun part, you guys, is finding the people that you can help. So I hope this has been helpful. If you would like to refer to the Art of Conversation slides, they are for follow-ups, that is, for help with follow-ups and verbiage with follow-ups, refer to the Art of Conversation slides 6 and 7, okay? So real quick, we have about 2 minutes and 50 seconds left. I'm going to highlight slide 1 I'm going to highlight slide 4. I'm going to highlight slide 6 and 7, and I'm going to highlight slide 3. I realize those are all out of order, but those are going to help you with verbiage for some of the things we talked about tonight. So I hope this has been helpful. Carrie, do you have anything you want to add? Okay. I'm going to hop off unless, Krista, you have any questions. Kayla jumped off already. So, okay. So I'm going to post this in our team page, and I'm also going to post this in our, of course, Get Started Right group. But please don't ever be afraid to take screenshots. Please don't ever be afraid to copy and paste and share it with me or your upline if you're needing help with the next step. I promise that this gets so much easier after practice. And I also promise that the coaches that have been doing this for a while still bounce ideas off of each other and still like ask each other questions. I know I do. So don't ever be afraid to ask for help. So does anybody have anything else? I can't wait to see how this looks on recording because I'm seriously, this is driving me nuts. Like this weird whatever's going on with my internet. So, okay, well, I'm going to pause the recording. Thanks for watching.